All right. Chat. Good evening. Chat, good evening. What's good, bro? All right, we got Trader 007. We got Aisling McCarthy. Enzo Trader. Ahmed Soroji. Yusuf. It's Keiko. Yeah, how we doing, bro? Mario. Shahid. I did better that time. All right, let's go. I will get better. I will get better, bro. Mario, I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going through I have this cold that's running through my house right now. My wife has it. I have it. It had me up literally all night last night. I was on 3 hours of sleep. My face feels like there's a ton of pressure in it, but we're here. We're here. We ain't gonna miss stream just because we not feeling too well. You know what I mean? We gonna be here, chat. Oh shit, my mic. Oh. There you go. There's the audio for you. You have COVID since Friday. Jesus. Nah, you can keep that to yourself. I don't want none of that. No sirski. No sir, I don't want any of that. So we're gonna see how long we can turn this stream, because there's no telling. If I get worse, we gonna kill it, chat. We're gonna kill it. Y'all have no idea how hard it was for me to stream on NinjaTrader earlier today. I was on NinjaTrader stream earlier today, and you have no idea how hard it was to keep it together and not feel or look and sound like I'm dying. Chris Trader, what up? And it always gets worse at night, chat. Y'all ever notice that? You ever notice when you're sick, it's you get through the day, you're feeling okay, and then night comes around and it just slaps you in the face. Am I the only one, chat? It's like sickness is nocturnal or something. Why is that, chat? Do we have answers? Why is it that when you're sick, it's always worse at night? Do we have answers to that? Bielka, hola. Racer. Holy. Chat, no, for real, I need answers. I need to know why. Why is it that you get sick and it's always worse at night, bro? It's it's nocturnal. I gotta know why it's at night. Your body doesn't fight as hard at night because it wants rest. I can see that. Because your body's saying stop. My mind's telling me no, but my body. Are you congested? Yes, I have a cold going on right now. That's why I probably sound different. I've been fighting this thing for like 2 days. Well, he was in Miami. Yeah, but I feel like it would have hit me a lot sooner than that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to blame it on everyone else. I'm just going to blame me getting sick on everyone else. I'm blaming it on you, chat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame it on you. Chat's always good to be blamed for things, so I'm just going to blame it on you, chat. Y'all cool with that? Not that y'all have a choice, but it's y'all's fault. Oh shit, hang on, chat. I need to... I'm not logged in. Hold on. I don't know why it does this. I have to like switch monitors and... So weird. Hold on. Let me get logged in. All right. Let's see. Drag this back. There. Am I streaming on Twitch too? No, just YouTube. What's the psychology behind doing better on paper and stuffing up on a live? Well, because on paper, you don't really have any real emotions attached to it. It's fake money. It's you're not losing or gaining anything. So there's no real emotion attached to it. But on real accounts, when money is attached, you have an emotional and mental connection to the money. And so that's why it's harder, because you are forced to make decisions that are going to affect whether or not you actually make anything. When you have to make those decisions, you feel those emotional battles because of it being real money. But on simulation and paper trading, you don't have those emotions. You could care less if you win or lose. I rarely get sick, maybe once every 3 years. It's not me. I feel you. Like, I rarely get sick too. But for whatever reason, when I do get sick, bro, it's like death. Hopefully it's not like that this time around. Hopefully it's just I get over this in like a couple of days or something. Need to control it. It's a hard thing to control. I mean, you have to... I would say even the most seasoned traders still struggle with emotional capital and mental capital. Even the most seasoned traders still struggle with it. It's never something that really goes away. You just get better at managing it. I just called my cousin. He's a doctor, and he said it has to do with your internal clock and your immune system kicking gears to fight germs, which makes it worse. Then he gave me shit for just calling him. Well, I appreciate you calling him and giving me answers. I needed that. I needed the answer. So it's our internal clock kicking in gears to fight germs. Got it. Copy that. All right, so we're gonna be watching gold tonight, chat. See if we get any sort of movement that we like to get or partake in on gold, whether we go long or short. We're gonna be looking at some levels here, so I'm just gonna zoom out to the 15, see if we can find Anything that stands out that would make sense for us to take a trade on. Chat, I'm fixing to go through a different season in my trading. And I'll explain what that means here in a minute. But I'm about to go through a season that's going to be far different than what I have been doing. Okay? I've been taking a lot of time to reflect and zoom out on my trading along with market conditions. And while you guys know that I've been on a big win streak, like I went on a massive win streak, right? I was on a 46-day green streak. So my trading has been up to par. Like I've been trading very well. But I have noticed that in my trading, I have made a lot of mistakes. A lot. So I'm about to go through a season of refinement, if you will. And if you think about it, this actually would be a really good YouTube video. I might actually make a video about this. But if you think about it, every single business owner, anybody that has owned a business, Mario, you owned a business. Anybody that has had a business where they have scaled into the next level of their biz, they've always gone through a period of refinement. And that doesn't mean change everything about your trading or about your business. That means tightening the nuts and bolts a little bit, right? So I think that's what I'm fixing to go through with trading, is a period of refinement. Even though I've made money and I've done well as a trader over the past 4 months, I can still point out and see the mistakes that I've made, and those need refining. So over the period of this refinement season, we're going to be taking very quick trades. I'm not going to be looking for massive movers. I've noticed that in this type of market, that's a hard thing to do anyways. And I've paid the price for trying to do so. But this season is going to be about refining entries and putting green on the board consistently over an extended period of time. And that might be that's going to mean taking trades where I take, say, a really good entry and I get, I start getting a really good amount of points, but I'm going to end up taking profits, what to most people might look early, right? When I take profits in this season of my trading, it's going to look early for most people to take profits, and I'm okay with that. But this part of my trading, I really want to focus on entry location and taking profits sooner. Instead of looking for 30, 40 points on the Nasdaq, I'm going to be looking for 15 to 20, even 10 points sometimes. But this period, I really just want to focus on entry location and executing on taking profits. That's going to be the big focus. Now, obviously, there's going to be a time where I can expand on that and look for trades that are much larger. But that's not what I want my focus to be on my trading right now. focus, get good setups, look at the market from a 30,000 foot view, find good entries and take those base hits. Take those 15, 20 points. Get good entry, take 20 points, get out. Even if it's a trade that I could take 50 to 60 points on, I'm going to be cool with taking 15 to 20. And also thinking about it too, some people are going to be like, are going to ask, why did I take profits so early? But at the end of the day, our job as traders is not to take or capture the whole move. We don't need to get the whole move exact. We're not perfect, and nobody's ever going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But our job is to take a piece of the move, a piece of the pie the market's given us. We don't have to take the whole thing. And so that's going to be the focus, because the mistakes that I've noticed I have been making is I have found myself wanting to capture the whole move. I want to find, I want to realize the mistakes that I'm making early. That way I can fix them, right? And one of the mistakes that I have noticed is I am wanting to catch the whole move. I am wanting to let my trades run into oblivion. And more often than not, when I do that, I'm either getting stopped out or break even, or the market completely reverses on me. And a lot of that has to do with entry location, but also knowing that it's not my job to take the whole move. It's my job to take a piece. That's gonna be a YouTube video, chat. I think after the stream we set up shop and we create that video, because I feel like a lot of people need to hear that too. I think a lot of people get caught up in the idea and the illusion that you have to capture the whole move, that it is your job to get the best possible entry and to capture 150, 100, 200 points, right? And that's not our job. We are measly little retail traders. We are not funds managing billions of dollars. We are managing like small accounts. If you trade your own personal account, you're nowhere near trading these hedge fund type setups where you just hold them forever. You, as a retail trader, you need to get in and get out. Especially if you're trading prop firms. If you're trading prop firms, you shouldn't be holding on to trades forever. You should be getting in, getting your profit, and getting out. Building buffers. And then also, the one thing that I did notice, in fact, Amer, you actually just mentioned part of it, is it's so hard not to revenge trade when you get into a position and it runs in your favor and it comes back to you're either break even or it flips entirely red on you. When you knew you should have taken profits, you didn't, because you thought you had to capture the whole move. Then you flip into revenge trade mode. And it's so easy to do that too. It's so easy to do that, chat. In fact, hang on. I'm gonna message my thumbnail editor. And have him whip up a thumbnail for that video, because we are gonna create that tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow for sure. All right, there we go. Sorry, I was messaging my thumbnail editor. That's a video you look forward to. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. I think a lot of people are gonna relate to that too. It's just the illusion alone of feeling like you have to capture whole moves when you don't have to. The longer you're in the market, the higher probability you'll lose money. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Limiting exposure is absolutely key. Shares Nest, good evening. Exactly. Stop loss is going to be how many points though? Because a snipe like that is tight on NQ, especially with current volatility. I just don't want you to get killed by 1,000 cuts. I won't. No, I have rules to follow. You know, I'm not going to slam trade after trade after trade. Right. So I'm not going to be going for 5 points, 10 points, maybe not even 10. Like 15 to 20 points is good profit target, but also is a decent stop loss too on Nasdaq. It's if you get good entries. And that's why in the beginning of this, I said my focus is good entry points. That way my stop losses can be decently sized to where it's not overkill, but also not too tight at the same time. But to be clear, also, I'm not going to be looking at, like, how do I say this? Some of my stop losses might be a negative R&R. To be clear. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not. When you have a higher win rate with the types of trades that I'm going to be taking, negative R&R trades they're not horrible as long as you don't get out of hand with a negative RR. As long as you're not taking 15-point profit targets and losing 50. You know what I mean? That's when you get out of hand and you will probably be in the hole. But if your stop loss is 20 points, but you're taking 15 points as a profit target, that's not really anything detrimental to your trading. The only time negative R&R gets detrimental is, again, when you take 15, 20-point profit targets, but you're also taking 50-point losses. That's when negative R&R will screw you over. And I'm not, to be clear also too, I'm not a huge advocate for negative R&R, but for this type of trading, knowing the current volatility and the market conditions, I understand that at some point it is necessary. So take that with what you will. How do you avoid getting depressed after a loss? Well, if you're depressed after a loss, you should probably take a step back from trading. Trading may not be right for you in this current moment. I would assume that if you're getting depressed after a loss, that you maybe don't have as much income as you would like to have outside of trading, which can carry a bit of emotional attachment, maybe too much emotional attachment. So I would look at factors outside of your trading. What kind of income do you have coming in? What can you do to scale that income? That way you can trade without really feeling too over the top or too overly emotional about your trading. I've been listening a lot about negative R&R. It seems like it works for base hits and quick scalps. That's exactly what it works for, yeah. It just comes down to how you manage it. You're looking for me? What you mean you're looking for me? What do you mean? Okay, so Smoker, that's fair. It's not about money. It's the time invested passing the challenge I feel is wasted if I lose. I get that. I get that. So it's more of a time constraint than it is a financial one, and that's good. You're in a better spot than I would say what some people are, right? Because you don't. It's not a financial constraint. It's a time constraint. You want results fast. You want to get to the end result as quickly as you possibly can. Most people don't realize that the fastest way to get what you want as a trader is the slowest way. So what I'm gathering is when you get to the funded level, you're really trying to get that payout quick. The thing with the market is the market's going to be here forever. It's going to be here long after every single one of us here are long gone. And honestly, taking a step back and trying to be a little bit more patient with the market and with your goals as a trader, it's a hard thing to do. Why? Because it's a big dopamine hit when you do reach your goals as a trader and you do have money coming in from it. It's a dopamine hit. And you get addicted to the feeling of success in this field. So what does that do? It makes you try to do anything as quick as possible that you can to get to a payout or get to the end goal. A lot of people in trading want instant gratification, chat. That's it. That plain and simple. Most people in trading, newer traders at that, people who trade prop firms, only prop firms, they want instant gratification. And the issue with that is it's going to force you to make very bad decisions because you're trying to get that instant gratification. You can't just wait for it to come to you. So Smoker, for you, I would say set some realistic expectations. As a matter of fact, you know what? I would even rethink that. I would even say, don't set expectations. Right? Because then if you don't set expectations on when you feel like you could get a payout, then you're not going to be forced or feel like you have to reach at that certain amount of time. The only expectation you should have on yourself is just be a good trader. Do things that help you become a better trader. That's the only expectation I would set. I wouldn't set any other expectation than that. So if you fail, what did you do to fail and what can you do now to get better? Think of it as a learning lesson and something that you can improve on each and every time. 1% better. That's what we all say. 1% better every day. If you fail, what can you do this next time around that makes you better? And what you'll notice is when you do those things that get you better every single time that you fail, you will get closer and closer and closer to the thing that you want the most, which is a payout. Does that make sense? Smokers, you connect on that a little bit? Did we lock in? You're asking, so I should forget about the money? Yeah, you should. Understand that the money part of trading is a byproduct of the actions that you do inside of being a trader. The money will come as long as you do the things you're supposed to do in order to be a good trader. The money is a byproduct of that. And to be honest, Smoker, what you'll actually realize, and maybe some of you guys here in the chat can relate, Mario, maybe you can relate. What you'll come to realize, Smoker, is when you focus on the actions that make you a good trader and you execute on those and you see yourself winning because you focus on those little things, you will be more excited for that than you are the payout from a prop firm. Guaranteed, right? Because then you are showing yourself exactly what you're capable of. And when you act and you alone see the progress that you have made, that's a bigger win than the money you get from a payout. And you're going to feel much better about that. Meanwhile, gold. Trying to find a bit above VWAP up here. As much as people don't want to hear things like this, it's a mental shift from what you see on socials to what you need to do. Exactly. Dude, social media can destroy your thought process on what you should be doing as a trader. It really is harmful, especially if you're watching like the wrong people. And that's even coming from me, who is actually an influencer in the trading space, right? Being an influencer in the trading space, I even say that. It is harmful, bro. It's very it's tough. It's hard seeing people flaunt big profits, all the flashy stuff, and you not think that you should be doing the same thing. But you gotta realize too that every individual person has their own journey with trading. Some are going to be further ahead of you. Some are going to be further behind you. And at the end of the day, bro, none of that shit matters. Really doesn't. All right, Amir. Appreciate that, Trunks. I'm watching gold here closely. I'm curious to see what we do if we decide to come down, if we decide to break down and maybe test some of this in here. Something I would be curious about, or if we do decide to catch strength above VWAP, go up. I think, to be honest, if we, let's go to the 15-minute real quick. If we get a 15-minute closure above all of this, I think it's go time. However long it takes to do this, I think that's the move. If we get a 15-minute closure above, say, 95, at that point, I feel like it would be go time. Yo, appreciate that, Shade. To what target? Well, I mean, that just kind of depends, because we do have a lot of resistance here, but a 15-minute closure, in my eyes, I feel would send us back to the 120s. But we would need that 15-minute closure, you know, above, what was that, above 90, what, 95 or so? But there's still a lot of indecision here. I mean, we could come back down to, we could come run this, you know, test all of this here. I mean, there's a lot to navigate towards, and we are currently in the middle of all of this, right? We're in the middle of all of it. So I would like to see price play out and start navigating towards some levels before getting some trade ideas, but we'll see what happens. Choppy, yeah, it is right now. I mean, we're on the 1 minute time frame and we're just doing nothing. Yeah, taking trades today, I did. Yeah, we're nice and green on the day. We made, what was it, about 1,700 on each of the 5 TRADEIFY accounts. But yeah, it's gonna be, chat, just going back to like what I was saying earlier, it's gonna be an interesting time, you know, season in my own trading. I'm honestly excited to go through like a refinement period where I am really just dialed in on fine tuning how I trade. And that's only going to increase my win rates, only going to increase my profits, and overall still make me a better trader. You know, I've always felt that you're going to be forever a student of the markets, forever a student of being a trader. You're never really there. You know what I mean, chat? Like you're never really at a final destination, if you will, as a trader. You're always going to be learning and growing from something. But also too, I think that's what makes trading fun, especially for people that are entrepreneur minded, because everyone who has entrepreneurial tendencies or wants to grow in that sort of aspect, trading challenges you to do that. You feel like if you don't profit every month, you're a garbage trader. You're not a garbage trader. You're just learning. You're new. Smoker, let me ask you something. How long have you been trading? Nasdaq's catching a nice bid here, by the way. Could go on Nas. Oops. Trading 2 years, got a payout a year ago and one last month. Okay, well, congrats on the payout. But I'm going to be here to tell you that at 2 years, you are still really new, buddy. At 2 years, you're here, and here's a bridge, right? Here's a bridge. So chat, just lock in with me and visualize this for a second. You're here. Here's a bridge. You have all this shit to get through before you get here, right? All of this, years, right? Years. Mario knows, I know, any other successful profitable trader knows. This part, years, right? You got to go through all of this to get here. So even though you are 2 years on this bridge, you're not even halfway there, right? You're not even halfway there. And so for you to call yourself a garbage trader, you haven't even challenged yourself to go through the rest of this. So you're cutting yourself short before you really allow yourself the time to get to the next level. And by the way, this bridge has a shit ton of levels before you get here. And even, yeah, Mario even made a good point. Like, you're still ahead of a lot of people. At 2 years, you've had a couple payouts already, and you're just 2 years fresh into trading. So you're ahead of, there's people that have spent the same amount of trading that you have, wishing that they've had a payout. Bro, trading is trenches. It really is. Like I said, you have to go through all this shit just to get to here, and even getting to here is still a curvy road. While it's easier, you don't have to go through a bunch of shit because you're here. This is still a curvy road. You're still going to be learning how to navigate new markets. You're still going to be learning how to navigate your emotions and mental capital. You're still going to be learning how to navigate the capital that you're trading with. There's so much. So I would encourage you to zoom out and realize that you are still here and that you have all this shit to get through, and figure out how you can go through all of it. Little no name. I don't know what you're asking. I'm a little confused by that. You still do stupid shit once in a while. That is true. Yep, that's true. You just get better at the stupid shit that you do. You get better so it becomes, even though it's stupid, it's less stupid. But will always be stupid. Yeah, smoker, dude, don't worry about it. Like I said, this is a very long journey. Very long. You have a lot of shit to get through, brother, before you come out the other side. You got to go through it just like everyone else did. So you'd be doing yourself a disservice to feel like you're just not made for it just yet. Nayef, what's up, dude? Long time. Chat, with that said, we have dropped, this has been an interesting stream. I was not expecting to come in and have a serious value bomb conversation. So if you guys been enjoying this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are live daily, morning and evening. This morning I wasn't because I felt like total crap and I was on no sleep. So if you're not subscribed, we do this daily, baby. Absolutely daily. And generally I have more energy, but I'm a little sick, chat. Cut me some slack. Just cut me some slack, all right? I'm doing the best I can as far as energy levels go. Come to think of it, maybe my first time on stream. Nice. Well, welcome. What do I think about NQ? Yeah, I was watching it. It is, it was trying to catch a bid. It still is trying to catch a bid. We are above VWAP here at 243. Nice level that was tested here to catch a bid. Oops, get my drawing tool. Nice level here that was tested to catch a bid out of. If bids can hold, let's go the 15-minute real quick and just take a look at what's happening. Okay, yeah, so bids seem like they want to hold. I like the 15-minute closure here. I think as long as we hold, honestly, above VWAP here, I would say. I think 313s, 312s could come into play. How long that takes, I have no idea. But I think eventually we could work that way. I like this 15-minute candle. I like the 15-minute closure. It makes me feel that buyers are really trying to take over. So I'd be watching that even up into like 320s. Yeah, 320s is what I'll be watching for. First time joining the stream so far, really enjoying it. Yo, welcome, appreciate you. You're in a good spot. You are in a good spot. So yeah, I would just be watching to see if we hold above VWAP, honestly, on Nasdaq. If we get a pullback and we start to see a little bit of strength continuing, I would be looking for those 320s. I am watching some other markets too. Chat, I have it pulled up on my other monitor where I'm watching some other markets. Just to see if there's any entries or good levels coming into play. Gold's still just doing nothing. Are you against only trading prop? No, I feel like you should, if you have the capital and you feel confident in your trading, you feel like you're at a spot where you could trade your own personal account. I feel like trading a personal account is awesome to trade with prop, just to say it that way. I mean, I copy trade my personal account trades to my prop accounts. So not only am I growing my own capital, but I'm working towards payouts on prop. Which I think is 100% worth it. So if you can trade your personal account with prop, I highly encourage it. If you don't trade a personal account and you're only trading prop, use prop account payouts to fund a personal account. That way you're not using your hard-earned money from 9 to 5s or whatever source of income you have, and use prop account payouts to fund a personal account. Honestly, that's what I did. I used prop firm payouts and funded a personal account. Now I'm still trying to hold a bid here. Because trust me, chat, there's no greater feeling, man. Listen, there's no greater feeling than having your own personal account and growing it into oblivion, bro. No greater feeling. Definitely the best, for sure. Like for me, as an example, I took an account from 25K to 75K. No greater feeling than growing your own capital. That's the best way to go. Make payout, take 50%, put it into a live account. I'd put 100% in. That's what I would do. I would fund a personal account into absolute oblivion with prop payouts. Get as big as possible. That way I can trade larger and make more money. Just set back enough for taxes from the prop firm payouts, put the rest in the personal. Have you ever felt like you can't afford to lose a certain account? And how did you handle that pressure? Ever felt like you can't afford to lose a certain account? No, I haven't felt that way, just because I've never really been attached to an account like that. I don't have any attachment to a prop firm account. I don't think I ever really have. But again, that comes down to how are your finances outside of being a trader? You know what I mean? Amir, I'm live with Ninja Trader. I have a personal account with them. outside factors can cause it's 100%. Outside factors do cause an emotional attachment to accounts, and you just got to find a way to put a wall between those attachments and your account or whatever outside factor is causing them. What's the best 50K account relatively easier to pay out? Honestly, if you're gonna do 50Ks, I would do TRADEIFY Select and then do daily payouts. That's what I would do. That is a loaded question. If I were just going to pick a 50K account, I would do the Select account with TRADEIFY, but then do daily payouts. Outside of that, I wouldn't do a 50K account. I feel like the 50K accounts are only really good for if you're going to take daily payouts. That's just my opinion, though. If trading has nothing to do with money, are you going to trade because you love it? Yeah, 100%. It's kind of it's like what I said earlier in the stream. If you're entrepreneurial minded and you have entrepreneurial tendencies, trading forces you to think differently, evolve, and adapt. And so for the people that are addicted to that kind of growth and that kind of mentality, yeah, trading is perfect for that. Do I trade the 150K? I usually trade 100Ks. Dennis, you got it. So I'd trade for free? Well, I mean, there would have to be something that I got out of it, obviously. But I like the idea of just being a trader, period. Nobody's ever going to trade for free. I mean, unless you're losing money consistently, then you're trading for free. But that's never going to be a thing. So that's something you can't ever really answer. Like, you're never, if you're going to be a trader, you're going to make money or lose money. So that's never really going to actually be a thing. Unless you were paper trading, I will say that. But then again, being a paper trader and trading like a fake account, a paper account, you're not really growing. So that negates that. Which funded trading company is best for a beginner who wants to test their skills? They're all really the same. You can go with any. I'm always going to recommend TRADEIFY. I mean, I am partnered with them, obviously, but to be honest, I have meetings with them. I see their back end and I see the growth they're having and I know what's coming. And so I know that TRADEIFY is far ahead than most. So that's why I partner and I recommend them. You got it, no name. What country are you from, Smoker? AD, yeah, those are all TRADEIFY, Lose TPT, those are all good ones. Oh, you're from Africa, yeah. Miss K said it in the comments, chat. Y'all heard her first. Says smack the like and the sub if you're enjoying what you're hearing, because there's no trade to take. So we've been kind of just chatting up and having some good conversation. So if you like what you're hearing, hit that sub button, because again, we're live daily, baby. We are live daily. Morning and evening. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Why? What'd you make? I'll be like an hour. Do you ever feel frustrated with trading? Yeah. I mean, I'm a human. I'm not a robot. So yeah, there's definitely times where I've been frustrated. My chat has seen me get frustrated live on the stream. Yeah, as just being human, that's a natural thing. It's just how you manage it that matters. Joey, how long did you take to be profitable? It wasn't until my 4th year that I really took off. My 3rd year, I made a little bit of money, but my 4th year was my breakout year. Wasn't it last week you were about to crash out? Yep. It was last week. You thought I was going to say no, it's all smooth sailing? No. No, I won't lie to you guys about anything. To be honest, any trader that says it's all smooth sailing all the time, fucking run away from them as far as possible. That's what I'd have to say about that. Just run away. Don't even watch them, because they're lying. They are lying, bro. Exactly, 80. You're on your 2nd year, started in 2024. Nice. It's all smooth sailing. What you're talking, ignore the tsunami behind me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Are you really a trader if you haven't smashed a keyboard too? I'm sure plenty have. Carol says, my 2nd day here and am enjoying. Love that. Well, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I mean, there are times where we do take trades during Asia session, chat, but we're not going to take a trade if one's not available. And so far, it's been a pretty lackluster night as far as price action goes. So no trades yet, but I don't mind just sitting here talking with you guys until we do get a good setup to trade on. Not smashing my keyboard. No way. It's my favorite. Yeah. To be honest, I actually haven't smashed anything. I've wanted to. But I can say that I haven't smashed anything. There's been a couple of times where my monitor's almost gone out the window. What about using a trading bot and it's hands off? I don't really. I'm not a big advocate of trading bots. The thing with trading bots, chat, is if you use a trading bot, say someone else's bot, for example, let's just use that as an example, right? If you use somebody else's trading bot and it's trading for you, you have no idea why it's taking the trades it's taking and why it's winning or losing. You have no idea. So that's not really helping you as a trader. And what happens if the trading bot stops or they pull the plug on the trading bot or rug pull it and you can no longer have access to it? What happens then? Now you're back to square one with nothing. So that's why I don't recommend bots. I recommend just you be the trading bot. You be the bot. You learn how to trade. You learn how to take the entries and profits and stop losses and this and that. That way nobody can rug pull you and you can take the, you know why you're winning and losing. Trump tweets can rug pull you. They actually know it. That's facts. If you don't have a stop loss, yeah, you're getting rugged. You're definitely getting rugged. Also, chat, real quick, if you're not following me on Instagram, bro, y'all should go follow the Instagram because I'm posting a lot of like skit content and trading content on there, and I'm also gonna be posting trade setups to my stories. So if you want to be, if you want to catch the stories and the trade setups that I post on there, you should definitely go follow the page. I'll put it in the chat here. There's that. And then I know some of you guys ask about Discord. If you're not in, right now I have nothing to sell you, chat. I don't sell you anything. So if you want to join Discord and join a community of traders that are all here to make money, baby. We're all here to make money. That's what we do. I would encourage you to join. Hello, G-Man. And I'll pin this comment too, by the way. So there's the Discord link in the pinned comment, and then there's also Instagram if you guys want to join or follow up on Discord, catch some trade setups there. There's going to be a lot. I'm going to be posting a lot to my Instagram stories, so definitely tune into that. G-Man, where were you, bro? We missed you. About to head back from kickboxing class. Oh yeah, is it your wife that had kickboxing? Hopped in to say what's up. Well, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. G-Man, so if you don't make money as a trader, is she gonna beat your ass? Is that what I'm gathering? Does she beat your ass over every account you have to purchase? After every new account you have to buy, does she whoop up on you? Or even after every account that you blow, does she beat your ass for it? She said you haven't hit a million yet. You better hurry up, G. Time's ticking, brother. How's the market? It's trash. There's nothing happening. PA is not good. It's kind of just been consolidating, not really doing much. Also, chat, just keep in mind, I am going to be calling it early night tonight, just because I don't have it in me. Just getting over this cold that I have, I don't have it in me to be on stream a long time. So I am going to have it early night tonight. You keep trading a secret. That's a good thing. You don't got to tell nobody. And if you do tell somebody and they judge you, screw them. Who cares? You know what I say, chat? Listen, here's the best piece of advice you're going to get on this. Chat, I need you guys to lock in and really hear this. Smoker, you especially. If the people that are giving you advice or are judging you for where you're at right now, if those people don't have the life that you want, you shouldn't be listening to their opinion. Because here's the thing. I have not once had somebody doing better than I am tell me that I'm doing something wrong. Let that sink in. If the people telling you or judging you don't have the life that you want, their opinions of you are completely irrelevant. Because I can promise you, there's not a single person that has a life that you want that's doing better than you gonna talk down on you. It doesn't work that way. It truthfully, it doesn't work that way, and it never will. Loki, what if I'm judging myself? Well, that's a different story. I can't really help you there. Hey, mate, join your Discord server today. I can't stay for the entire live session. Just want to say hello, but I'll sure be there for the next. I to learn from you. Appreciate you being here. Welcome. Also, the wise words. Yo, Leo, appreciate you. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Welcome. Chat, we've been growing, dude. We've been growing quick. I don't know what happened, but we've been growing. So I appreciate all you guys being here. But it affects my psychology when people say trading is impossible. Well, it's impossible to them because they've never done something with their own life. So why should somebody who's why should you let the opinion of somebody who's never done something themselves affect you? Because I can promise you, the people that are doing better than you are only going to encourage you to get better, or only going to push you to win. Anybody doing better than you is never going to talk down on you. That's just how it works. That's literally how it works. So, to sum that up, if they don't have the life that you want, their opinion of you is irrelevant. And that's that. They also won't bullshit you. That is true too. That is true. I mean, because there's no point to. People that are doing better than you, they won't bullshit you. They'll honestly help you and push you to get better. But with that said, chat, listen, I'm going to call it an early night, bro. I can feel this cold starting to like put pressure in my face and giving me a headache, and I need to eat. So I'm going to call it an early night. There really is no trade to take tonight, chat. There really isn't. I mean, the market's just consolidating. There's nothing really happening with gold. Nasdaq, nothing really happened with Nasdaq either. It's just kind of consolidating VWAP. I mean, there's just nothing, bro. There's no trade to take, chat. Not a single one. So, with that said, bro, if you're not subbed, hit that sub button. Again, we're live daily. We'll be live tomorrow morning. Probably have some trade opportunities tomorrow morning. So tune in, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys in the morning. Also, we'll be live for Asia session tomorrow night as well. So it may be, chat. Depends on how I feel. I'm gonna say that because I have a busy day tomorrow. I have my morning stream. I have a TRADEIFY stream, and then I have a Ninja Trader stream all tomorrow. So maybe we do the Asia stream, maybe not. It's going to depend on how I feel. But one thing's guaranteed. We'll be live tomorrow morning on this channel. So, well, that's it, fam. Y'all have a good night. Love you guys. Peace.